If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
What's good, everybody? This is Brand New You Hot Rap Mix Podcast, and I had the opportunity to talk to Deuce Tre. He is a rapper from Louisiana, and he does a lot of remixes of Houston Rap's own Screwed Up Clique, which some of them have come from Louisiana. So stay tuned for this interview.
All right. How y'all doing, everybody? This is Deuce Tre. My real name's Shay Duchon, but I go by the name of Deuce Tre on the microphone, you know. I'm a Christian rapper from Lafayette, Louisiana. I got saved in 2004, and I had been rapping all my life, but from 2004 I started, rapping about my life at that time, which was being saved, so I started doing Christian rap. And I did that for 2 years, and unfortunately, in 2006, I backslid at the age of 22. I backslid for 4 years until 2010. And then in 2010, so I even went back to the clubs and all that, rapping secular again. But in 2010, I got back right with God and been back doing it again ever since, doing the Christian music. And I know now not to go back. I learned my lesson. I learned that the world don't have nothing for me, so I believe I'm here to stay this time,
That's tight.
But yeah, so I definitely understand when I see people now that backslid or backslide. I just believe they're gonna come back because I've been there, So I don't think that they're gonna just be like that forever. I believe they're gonna come back. And I've seen I don't know if you're familiar with New Wine, probably so, because you said you Lil Rascal, right?
Yeah, I've followed like a lot of people from like 2008. I'm familiar with like Alliance by Faith and True Vine, New Wine, Lil Rascal. Some of those were like before I got into it.
Right.
Like 2008, I started listening to Literati, and from there it branched off to like Trey 9 and Much Love Records and several other people that are on his top MySpace friends. And and so I got into all them and Lecrae and Reach Records and so yeah, I know New Wine.
Yeah, when I got saved, that was like I said, 04, so that was before Lecrae and everything. So you really, they had New Wine and Lil Rascal and the Grape Tree Records people and their cross movement and stuff. But there wasn't really much, man. There wasn't really much out there, especially not like it is today. But New Wine, he had backslid around 2005 or something like that, and went back into the world and the clubs and all that. And he recently just did a song on Von Juan's new mixtape, and Von Juan said he's all about saving souls now. So that's a big, like I said, people kind of gave up on him because he backslid for a while, and then one time he was even saying he wasn't coming back, but Jesus is married to the backslider, so like I said, he's back, so can't give up on people, man. Can't judge them, man.
So how long you been a Christian? Now I know you kind of shared some of your testimony already.
Yeah, well, like I said, 2004 is when I got saved, in March of 2004. But then I backslid in 06. About 2.5 years later, I backslid for 4 years, and then I've been back since. So from 2010 to now, that's about 8 more years I've been in it. So if you combine the 2.5 plus the 8 now, I guess I've been a Christian for about 10 years, or a little longer, if you combine both.
Oh, wow.
When I backslid, man, I went back to my old ways, man. So I can't count them years, because I went back to everything that I said I would never do again. You know.
How'd you start doing music? What's your style too?
Uh, well, I just since I had young parents, like my mama had me when she was 16, and they just they were in their 20s, like my whole life when I was growing up. They were in their growing up too, so they listened to rap. Like my mama would always buy all the new rap stuff, and my daddy too. He listened to Tupac and everything. So I just was exposed to rap music at a very early age, and I just fell in love with it, man. Like when I was 7, 8 years old, I'd be in my bedroom with like a tape recorder and like a keyboard, and just I was making cassette tapes. I was doing full albums on cassette tapes at like 8, 9, 10 years old, playing them for my friends, playing them for my stepbrother. Like I'd be looking for my tapes, and my stepbrother would steal them and be riding to them to school. Riding to high school, jamming my tapes.
Oh
So
wow.
I always did it for fun. Made tapes, and I would always freestyle. I was really good at freestyling. I'd like freestyle and just like clown my sister, in front of my mom and have her laugh, and then just freestyle about how we ain't had no food in the house or something. Just have my friends laughing before I even knew it was called freestyling. I
Wow.
was doing that. So it just I don't know. It was just, I guess, a natural gift that God gave me, like, because I didn't know nobody else that was rapping my age or anything. It wasn't like it is today. Everybody wants to be a rapper. Like when I was doing it, I was the only one in my neighborhood rapping, or in my city almost, especially around my age. And I just continued. And by the time I was like 14, I started doing it on computer, and got myself on CDs, left the cassette tapes alone. So, like I said, it just never stopped, man. I've been doing it all my life. So I really feel like that's the one talent God put in my hand, I don't do it to be cool. I don't do it to be like everybody else, because I was doing it before I knew anybody that was doing it.
Yeah, do your own thing. Do you have a wife or kids?
Oh yeah, I've been happily married for about 6 years now. I got 3 stepkids, and I got a 3-year-old son also with my wife. So I got 4 kids, man. So I gotta stay on my toes, man. They keep me on my toes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What kind of impact or influence do you want to have on culture?
I mean, I just want to bring, my Louisiana flavor and my life and my testimony to the table, and I've reached people throughout my life, and if I can just keep reaching more and more, that's all I really want to do. It's not about the money with me. It's not about fame or any of that. If I've always liked my own music. I did it for me at first. I did it for me and my friends. And, then it kind of branched off. Other people liking it in other cities, and now even other countries. I got people playing my music and buying my music in pretty much every country. Thanks to iTunes and all that, I got people buying it and listening to it and streaming it in almost every country there is now. So I don't even know all the people I'm reaching now, but if I can just change a few lives, that's all it means to me. That's all that matters to me.
What are some challenges you've overcome in your music and also with your walk with God?
Shoot, man, just well, in life, whenever I was I started doing drugs and drinking at a young age, around 13, 14 years old. So I had to definitely overcome that, uh, sex, all the pretty much sins they got, man. I was, trying to do as many of them I could every day. So it just being delivered from, being a whoremonger and a adulterer and fornicator and, like a drug addict, alcoholic, a thief. I used to steal, sell drugs. So all those is nice to You know, I've been at my job 5 years now, going on 6 years, and I used to never be able to see myself having a career, you know, or holding a job a long time. You know, I was always selling drugs, doing other stuff, or if I did have a little job, it didn't last. So to me, that's a miracle itself that I've been where I'm at as long as I have, and I'm a manager now. And it's just amazing, man, because I used to think that was never going to be in my future. But God can pretty much do anything, man. And as far as the music, the obstacles I overcame with music, I don't know. I just been trying to step my quality up, you know, because when I first started, I was doing my own beats, doing my own recording from home, and I was just recording on a $10 mic from Walmart and, you know, a sound recorder or something, and then I got little cheaper programs, and now I kind of, you know, I started going to studios about 10 years ago, other studios, and I just been trying to get my quality as best, you know, as professional as possible, so I can, you know, if you put my song up to a Lil Wayne song or anybody else that's out today, you won't really hear a difference. So on my newest album that I just put out last week, it's definitely the, you know, the best quality album I ever put out in my life. So to me, that's
jamming.
a big, you know, accomplishment.
Yeah, I liked track 2. I noticed that one beat that sounded kind of like was it Mr. Lonely or whatever? It was to your mom. That was pretty tight.
Oh yeah. I wasn't even familiar with that sample, but a lot of people told me that that's where they came from. I have to check that out because I didn't even really know what sample that was. But a few other people have noticed that and brought it to my attention. But yeah, on my last album, I had did 2 songs for my wife. I had did one for my sister who passed away from a heroin overdose accidentally, and I did one for my newborn son. So in this album, I did one for my mama, you know. Just,
That's
you know,
tight.
I try to, you know, be versatile and have different concepts on my records, you know, instead of just every song being about how I changed or every song just being Jesus, you know, or a worship song. I try to just have different topics and, you know, my life out on music too, because that's what really reaches a lot of people too, you know. But I definitely always gonna have my praise songs and, you know, my testimony songs too, but I just try to be more diverse with my subject matter these days, you know.
Yeah. So who's some of your favorite artists or groups?
Well, since I'm from the South, man, Louisiana, you know, and Texas is a big influence. I really like, you know, Von Juan, my boy Von Juan. I love him. I love Pyrex. I love Bizzle. I love D1, you know, he's from New Orleans. I love Lecrae, but, you know, I even knew Wine, you know, and there was another group called FTF back in the day on Grapetree. They were from New Orleans, Fila Phil, and I think Dr. Cheddar. So mostly Southern groups is who influenced me the most, because that's what I'm used to hearing growing up from Louisiana. So that's the style that I kind of have too, and I don't know, that's what interests me the most. I'm not really into much East Coast music, you know, except for like the old hip hop, you know, greats. But
so you know,
I
Gifted.
stick to mainly Southern music. What's that?
You know, Gifted, the Flamethrower, and Governor.
Oh yeah. I listen to them too, cause Von Juan had a bunch of music with them, so I kind of, you know, heard him from them, you know, from his albums and stuff like that, and I followed them a little bit.
That's cool. So are you signed or indie?
Oh, I'm indie, man. I do everything myself, man, really, you know, besides the fact that I go, you know, record at another studio. But other than that, like, I write all my own music. I put everything together how I want it. You know, I promote it. I do my own artwork for the most part. You know, I outsource, like I had the cartoon cover, so I outsourced that. And then another buddy of mine made a a cartoon video for me and Von Juan's song. So, but other than that, man, I even did, the back cover design and everything. So I'm pretty much a one-man show with it, right now. I really don't have a team. I got friends in the business and, that I collaborate with a lot, but it's really just me behind it all right now.
Do you have any favorite DJs?
Well, I like DJ I Rock Jesus, and I don't know too many Christian DJs. I know, rest in peace, DJ Primo. I liked him, and he was Screw and Chop the music, but he passed away. And there's my boy DJ Blessed. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he does Screwed and Chop Christian music, and he done about 4 or 5 of my songs. Matter of fact, me and him are about to put out a whole Screwed and Chop version of my album. It's probably gonna be a free download, and like I said, he's gonna Screw and Chop the whole album. His name is DJ Blessed. So if y'all into Screw and Chop music, y'all might want to check him out, because a lot of people ask me, who's out there that's screwed and chopping Christian music, and he's one of the best. And there's another guy named Gordon Means, and he's done a bunch of stuff for Pyrex and Puntin'. I don't know if you heard of Puntin'.
Oh yeah, I know Puntin'. I know Herb Flav too, Herb Addison.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check him out, man. You got to send me something.
Yeah, he got that Flavor for Your Soul. He's done a few songs with Puntin', and they did some songs with ESG and had the some of their own little songs there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It definitely needs to be some more Christian DJs out there. I'm sure there's a lot of them, but a lot of them just probably hadn't got the right promotion yet.
Yeah. What's your favorite scripture?
That's a hard one there, man. I love everything in the Bible almost. I love Proverbs is probably my favorite book. But to pick one scripture, man, like if you listen to my music, man, I almost say a scripture or two in every song, So I don't know. I don't think I can narrow it down to just one, to be honest with you. I mean, I got a lot of favorites though, and I definitely like you don't work. If a man don't work, he don't eat, because man, there's a lot of lazy people out there that don't take care of their kids, and they definitely need it, they definitely need to learn that one and stick to that one. But I really love Proverbs because it has a lot of wisdom and a lot of stuff I read in there. I'm like, I done did that, or I know somebody that did that, and that's what happened to them, So I tell a lot of people when they first get saved, man, go check out Proverbs. You gonna, that's gonna, it's gonna definitely ring some bells with you if you've been wilding out in the streets,
Is there any tips that you could give to like other artists or people trying to get started making music or get better?
Yeah, well, if you're gonna be doing Christian music or Christian rap, my number one thing is, man, read the word, because I said in a song like 10 years ago, I said a lot of people running around trying to preach the gospel. Problem is 90% of them don't even read the Bible. And like, you can't just jump into Christian rap if you don't know the word, because the whole point of being a Christian rapper is to basically, it's like lyrical sermons. Like, you're supposed to be preaching and basically saying the same thing that somebody's pastor's gonna say, but you just rapping it. Or that's how I look at it. So if you don't know the word and don't have it in you, then how's it gonna come out of you, So I definitely think anybody that is jumping from just, especially if they was doing secular music and they go into Christian music, they just got saved, man, take a little time out and, go to Bible studies, learn the word, go to church, and just get in that word hard, man, because it's the only way you're going to really learn it. Like, when I first got saved, like, I didn't have no cable, nothing, man. I was going to church in the morning on Sunday, then evening service over here, then Monday I'm going to Bible study over here, Tuesday I'm over here, Wednesday over here, then leave, go over there, Thursday. Like, I was just I didn't know the words, so I was trying to get it, man. I was trying to soak it up like a sponge, man. And I ain't saying everybody got to do that because you might get burnt out doing that, you know. But all I'm saying is you need to learn the word and get it in you, you know.
What else would you like to say to encourage everyone?
I just want to say, man, y'all need to keep God first, you know, in everything y'all do, and stay encouraged. Always know that it's not as bad as you think it is. It always could be worse, and there's always somebody in a worse situation than you. So just, you know, stay positive, go to sleep, wake up another day, and keep pushing, you know. That's what I want to tell everybody, man. Just keep pushing, because there's going to be, you know, sunshine after the rain. You know, there's always going to be a better day and a brighter day. So if y'all down and out right now, man, don't give up, because there's something around the corner. There's a blessing around the corner waiting for y'all.
What's some of your social media? What can people where can people follow you? And do you have any other projects you're working on coming up?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at Deuce Tre, Facebook Deuce Tre, Reverb Nation Deuce Tre. It's YouTube is Deuce Tre ENT. But mainly, if you go on Google and type in Deuce Tre, you're gonna see me. You're gonna see links and my face and music. Like they got a couple other people that, you know, tried to go by that name a little bit in the secular side, but none of them really made much noise, or was nobody that was signed or anything like that. So if y'all just Google Deuce Tre or put me in YouTube, it's probably gonna come up to me 99% of the time. So it is DEUCETRE, because I see a lot of people misspell it. But what was your other question? My social media and
do you have any other upcoming projects?
Yeah, I had a compilation I did with another guy out of Texas called Prayed Up and Blessed Out Volume 1, and I had music from Bushwick Hill and Punton and Living Proof, and I had like half of the music from Louisiana, half from Texas. It was a compilation with mixed, you know, and we did that, and then we've been wanting to work on Volume 2, but I told everybody, you know, send me in y'all submissions. And so far, I hadn't got enough submissions in yet, so I kind of just have it on the back burner. And certain people keep asking me about it, so it's definitely going to come out. But I just want to do it right, you know, because the last one, man, it really had some bangers and some hits on it. So I don't want to just force it just because. Like, I want people to really send me their music and let's do it right. But so that hopefully it will come this year. And since I just finished this album, I plan on doing some videos and just getting out there more, ministering more, hitting the block. And but hopefully I can just get in the studio and get another project by the end of the year, because a lot of my fans been asking, like, man, at least do a mixtape or something this year if you don't drop another album. So I'm gonna plan on keep working. You know, I got a bunch of songs that didn't make the album that I still wanted to do, but I didn't really want to rush them. So if I can go record those, I mean, I still got like 9 months, so I hopefully I can get another album out, or at least a mixtape, you know. But I mean, rapping is just in me, man. Like, I got that song, music is my therapy, and that's how I really feel. So I can't never stop doing music. I mean, since I got married and had a family, it kind of slowed down, because I used to do like 3 songs a day, you know, and at least 3 albums a year back in the day. But now it's kind of, you know, I got other stuff, other priorities, so I can't do music all the time, but it's still gonna always be there, and it's always gonna be coming, you know.
Well, that's tight, man. So you talked about New Wine earlier. That'd be pretty tight if you did a song with New Wine, huh?
Oh yeah, man, I definitely would love to do that, and it's definitely possible, man. So if he's sticking to it like Von Juan said, then yeah, that's definitely possible for in the future, you know. I would like to. I forgot to mention Brian Trejo too. I really love his music.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
a lot. Like, ever since he came out, like, he rose to one of my top favorites also. So if I can get a chance to minister and work with him, I would definitely love that. Also, I think we can do some nice music together, and it can really reach a lot of people. So
or DJ DMD.
Was that?
Or DJ DMD, like 25 Bibles.
Oh yeah. I met him a few times, and we talk on Facebook a lot. So I mean, he's cool. He's cool with me, but it's hard to get something with him, man. He don't just do features with anybody. Like, it's already been like 5-6 years since his album was supposed to drop, and it still ain't came. So he's really like meticulous about how he does every little move, So
Oh yeah, mix and master.
So it can definitely happen because we're connected. But like I said, he's not the type to just put out music all the time and work on time. He does it real calculated, kind of like Dr. Tre,
Oh yeah.
He does his thing.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's like he said that the game has changed. Like he came from the old school era, so he's kind of having to like relearn everything. And so I'm sure with him being in the studio now, it's a little bit different. And like you said, he's a little more calculated.
Yeah, and it's really awesome to see him, where he is today, and the fact that I could even just talk to him like that, because I grew up listening to his music and everything he was doing. Like, those were big songs back in the day, and the fact that he saved it is just awesome, man. Because I had always loved that song 25 Lighters on My Dresser, and I had actually, in a song I made in 2006, I said a line. I said, I got 25 lighters on my dresser, yes sir. That's just how I live. I ain't trying to impress her. I ain't trying to impress her. God bless her. Now, I ain't nobody's need, but anyway, I keep going. But yeah, I said that line in that song, and then when people was hearing that, they was like, man, you need to really do a song called 25 Bibles on My Dresser. So I was going to do it. I had got somebody to remake the beat. I'd send it around to everybody I knew from Louisiana and Texas. To some people even started sending me their verses back. So everybody, we was all hype about it. Well, Von Juan ended up saying he talked to DMD, and DMD was saved, and he was doing the real 25 Bibles on My Dresser. So whenever I heard that, I just shut it down. I'm like, well, if the originator of the song is doing it, then, I'm going to let him do it. And who am I to just go and redo his song, especially if he's doing it? He's going to make a bigger impact than I ever could. So I just shut it down. Like, people still was asking me what happened, but I'm like, man, the real man that made that song got saved, and he's doing it. So, that's way better than what I could do. But that was real awesome, because it's not like I was copying off of him. Like, whenever I came up with that song, when that was way back in like 05, 06, and he didn't remake it until like 2010 or 11. So, and that was around the time when I was gonna redo it, but like I said, I heard from Von Juan that DMD was coming out with it, and I shut it down. I still got the beat that my boy remade for me. I had paid for it and everything.
Oh wow!
But it's just sitting on my hard drive now.
I still think it would be a pretty tight thing. I'm a big music fan, so I'd jam it.
Yeah. I might do a freestyle to it or do something with it one day, just since I have it. But as far as the song, I just let DMD do his thing, and I love that how he had Bizzle on it.
Oh yeah.
I really hope he drops his album this year, because I know a lot of people are waiting for that.
Oh yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I ran out of questions. If you want to mention anything else or say anything else, you can.
Well, I just want to say, man, that I got a new CD called Real Men Serve God that just dropped last week, and it's going to be on all digital stores March 13th. I think that's Tuesday or something, but it's coming this week. But I got physical copies for sale for $10, free shipping. And I got features from Pyrex, Von Juan, a few other people locally. And it's just a real, like I say, my best album quality-wise. The singers I have are just very anointed. Von Juan does his thing on it. And it's just like my best project I ever made. And you blessed me and purchase a copy, so I hope you enjoy it. But I've been getting nothing but positive feedback so far, and I just thank everybody that's supporting it, so I can continue doing it, man. And I plan on really promoting it, really just doing as much as I can this year, you know, getting it out there and making sure everybody gets their hands on it one way or another. But if y'all want to check it out online, March 13th, it'll be everywhere. Real Men Serve God by Deuce Tre.
That's cool. Well, thanks again, man. It's great talking to you, man, and hopefully we can talk again, and maybe we can do like a live video chat thing, just like some kind of maybe a Google Hangout or something, kind of like do what Gifted to Flamethrower is doing with Running Your Mouth podcast, maybe kind of like a talk show type of thing. Just talk, you know, record it and stuff like that.
I'm definitely down, man. I appreciate the opportunity, man. It's a blessing. And that's what I'm really trying to do now that the album's out. I'm trying to do interviews and, like I said, just really get back on the forefront, because when my son was born, I kind of, you know, focused on that. And I hadn't been really out there as much, but I'm trying to get back, you know, into the ministry and just getting my music out there so everybody can hopefully get touched by it and hear it and hopefully like it. Because most people, I mean, I'm slept on by a lot of people, but the people that actually do give me a chance, they always end up becoming a fan, you know. And that's people from all walks of life, you know, people in the industry, people not, people young, old, black, white. Some people are skeptical at first, you know, I'm a white rapper, but when they give me a chance, they always end up saying they're a fan. So y'all just give me a chance, listen to one song, and I think y'all will like my testimony and what I'm bringing to the table. But yeah, cool. Man, I appreciate everything. Appreciate you giving me this opportunity and anything you want to do. I mean, I'm not too familiar with all this technology and all the things they have out there. Like, but I'm willing to do whatever, you know, podcast, whatever you got. I got a laptop, I got smartphone, so I'm sure we can make it happen.
Alrighty. Have you met, I had one more question. Have you ever heard of RBS or John Moore?
No.
He's somebody else I thought of just randomly. I thought I'd ask you. There's another guy named Mr. AD the Problem Solver. Have you heard of him?
Oh, yeah. I've heard of him. He's from Texas, I believe.
Yeah. And another one that comes to mind, Street Minister Whitehead. All three of them have like the Texas sound. I actually interviewed all three of them. They're in some of my other interviews. If you ever want to listen to all of them.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check them out. Cause like I said, anybody from Louisiana or Texas, that's my stomping grounds, man. Like Texas is like my second home too. So anybody from Louisiana or Texas, I probably heard of them. I'm probably following them. Probably been friends with them for years. You know, as far as social media goes. And I might even minister with them, you know, because that's definitely my main focus. Like, it's crazy. I've been mailing CDs off to California and Florida and other places, and, but I'm kind of tunnel vision or small-minded sometimes because I mainly focus on Louisiana and Texas. But I'm trying to, you know, realize that, you know, it don't got to be just about that. It can, you know, it's worldwide. So I'm even a flyer designer now. I do graphic design. Been doing it for like a year and a half, and even with that, since people, you know, pay me through PayPal and everything, I have customers all around the United States. But at first I was promoting it mainly in Louisiana, and I'm like, why am I promoting it locally whenever it's not like I have to meet these people to do business? We're doing it online anyway. We're doing it electronically anyway with PayPal and everything else. So I'm just trying to stop thinking small-minded and realize that everything's worldwide with the gifts God gave me, you know.
Yeah, you probably like the Texas because or the Louisiana. It's that hometown thing. Like you said, you were going to a crawfish party the other day.
Oh yeah.
And just all that Texas cooking and stuff like that. You probably have had Texas barbecue, right?
Oh yeah, like I said, I mean, I got family in Houston, man. My aunt lives in Houston, and Like, I got a bunch of friends, like a lot of people I know that I went to school with. If they moved from here, they probably moved to Texas. Like, it's like Louisiana and Texas are like brothers and sisters. Like, you know, it's really not much difference, you know, culture wise. We I don't know, they get a lot of stuff from us and we get a lot of stuff from them. And even like ESG, he was actually born in Louisiana. And I think a few other ones from the SUC were originally from Louisiana. So we're real connected, man. And like I said, when all their music was real big, that's all they played on the radio out here too. So we felt like we were from Houston or something, you know, because we were playing the same music they were, you know. So that's why I'll probably redo at least one Houston classic on every album I drop, because it's in me, man. That's all I grew up listening to. Either Houston music, Texas music, or New Orleans music, you know.
Wow, that's tight. One more question. Do you know Young JC from the Thoroughbreds? I know he's part of like Pyrex's little group there. His voice, your voice kind of reminds me of him.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like I said, even our slang a lot is real similar. But yeah, I know who you're talking about. I've seen him with Pyrex, and I've followed him on Facebook and stuff. But I never met him in real life. But I do know who you're talking about. He was one of the youngsters in Pyrex's clique, you know, since he was a teenager, he was running with Pyrex, but he started following God and doing his own thing, man. So salute JC, you know, stay with God, brother.
That's cool. All right, well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming up on here, and definitely put this out on my Hot Rap Mix podcast. And I if you didn't already know, I got my website hotrapmix.com, and I'd put the link on there as well.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna get everybody to check it out, and I'm gonna go check out your other interviews. Because when I got a 45-minute ride to work every morning and back. So normally in the mornings, I'm always listening to interviews and things like that, podcasts and things like that. So I can definitely put yours on for the week, man. Every morning, listen to a different one or something. So that's good to know.
All right. Well, God bless you, man. Thank you.
Oh, God bless you too, man. Thanks. Bye.